Poppy bought a drone. This is the HS900 by Holystone. The reason why I bought this drone was because I want to get some cool shots on the bike, and that's the reason why. That's the sole reason, and because it was 250 bucks. I think it was like 247 to be exact, with tax and shipping, from Amazon, and it just retails at like 550. But there's so many coupon codes out there. You get $200 off plus another $100 off, and then you get it for 240 something that I got. So let's just talk about it at that price, 250 bucks. I think this is a great drone for a beginner, because a comparable drone, from what I can tell from like DJI, is going to cost you at least $500 for like a refurbished one, if not a little bit more. So considering this one comes with a remote and it has a 4K 3-axis gimbal, and you know, everything seems to be working great. No real issues with the functionality of this thing per se. This is honestly a great starter drone, and I think I should start it off with the fact that I've never flown a drone ever really in my entire life. This is actually my first drone, and I think I'm relatively happy with this. It's considering the price, $250 roughly. This is a really good drone. It does what it does drone things. The camera quality. Okay, so coming from a guy who does a lot of filming on his cell phone, filming on my iPhone 15 Max Pro right now, and I actually use my iPhone 11 Max Pro for filming as well. This is not as good. This is not great in comparison. So you understand that this is not as good as the iPhone 11 when it comes to picture quality at 4K. Even though this is 4K 30, it doesn't look as good. Does it look bad? No, I don't think it looks bad. I think it looks good for a drone, especially for the price. You know, it looks good for a drone, and considering it's 250 bucks, I think it is a great price. It's a really, really good price. I can't say anything other than that. For $500 full retail, I think you should save your money, go to a DJI. But for $250, I think all day. And this is coming from a guy that has no experience with drones. This is my first drone. I guess what I want to say is, because I'm not going to go into real details, I'll enter some footage right here of me flying it. A couple of cool things about this drone per se is, other than the price, I would say, is the 3-axis gimbal. It does have a follow feature where it kind of looks for you and it follows you. It doesn't work very well from my experience, and I thought it would work better, and it doesn't. And maybe it's user error, maybe it's a user issue, potentially. But for me, it didn't work very well. But flying overall seemed to do great. I did get some reception issues a few times, and I think that might be because this is one of the ones that attaches to your cell phone. Maybe because I had poor reception, meaning my GPS from my network wasn't able to transmit to this thing well. I don't really know how that works, but I do know that it didn't work very well in certain places and where I didn't have a lot of reception. I don't know if that's exactly the reason why. Maybe it was just a glitch, but I did notice that. Because these two, I don't really fully understand how these two talk to each other. Is it over its own signal, or does it need the cell phone? So I don't know. I probably should get into it more, but rather than get into it more, I'm gonna go ahead and have to, for me, even though I like the price for this, I'm gonna go ahead and have to pass on the Holystone for me. I think it's still a good beginner drone for anybody, especially at $250. I think it's a fun drone you can play with. I got some cool shots with this with the family. I got to fly it around. It was a lot of fun. The issue for me though is it's not even the video quality. It's not even the connection issues per se. kind of, sort of, but mainly it's the follow feature, because this doesn't really follow you. It's not like an action drone. I assumed it was to a certain extent, but not for what I want it to do. It doesn't do that. So this thing is going to go bye-bye. I'm going to go ahead and return this thing. This doesn't work for my use case, what I intended it for. So I went ahead and actually I just ordered it today. A DJI Mini Pro, which I purchased from DJI themselves. Unfortunately, it was full retail, but luckily it's from China, so no tax, free shipping. So there you go. So you got to win. Get a win somewhere. And the reason why I picked that drone over this one, even though this one does pretty much everything I need except for the main feature, which is the follow mode. So when I say follow mode, I mean the drone flies around, follows you, because I wanted to do some cool drone shots on the bike. I can't do it with this. I tried. It loses me, and yeah, I just can't do it with it. So instead of risking breaking this and doing any of that, I'm just gonna just say bite the bullet and just buy something that is intended for that. That's gonna be the DJI, and I can't wait to get it. With that said, I don't think this is a bad drone. So if you're a person out there and you're just looking to get into the hobby of flying drones, which I was like, okay, $250, I can lose this and be okay with that. You know, I could break it and be upset, but not like $1,000 upset. You know, it's like that's the difference. That's why I think this is such a great beginner drone, and I've had a lot of fun with it this last past week, and I'm even more excited thanks to this. I'm even more excited about the DJI, knowing that it has some certain features that this is lacking, and that I want, and I don't need. I want it. I want some sick drone shots. And unfortunately, this Holy Stone, even though it works great and I love the price, it just cannot cut it when it comes to following. With that said, the DJI is not necessarily meant for an action camera as well. There's actually another camera drone out there. It's called the Hover Plus or X Plus. My only problem with that is it doesn't function as a normal like cinema drone. Something like this where you can do like nice shots. It's more meant for just action only. And so I picked the Mini Pro just because it was in the middle ground. It does the follow feature to 40 kph kilometers. It's still a good cinema drone, so I can get some cool footage that way of just desert and stuff. I've been really getting into that because of this drone. And like I said, I'm not saying don't buy this drone. I'm just saying, if you want a follow feature, you're not going to get it with this drone, even though this drone is a great drone. It's a great beginner's drone. Definitely everyone should, if you wanted to get into drones, maybe start off with this drone, unless you're a person like me who has specifically bought a drone for one main use case, but also want the other features of like cinema and stuff. I wouldn't go with this. Just go spend money and get the DJI drone, or maybe there's another one out there. I don't know. I just went with DJI. My brother has the DJI, so I said, okay, you know what? I'm going to pick this one. But with that said, I'll try to find the coupon codes that I used to get this thing for $250. It's great for the price. One thing I will say, though, real quick, and if you do get this drone, I'm going to give you one tip. So when you start up the drone, follow the user manual. Don't use the YouTube video. Find the user manual. The user manual will tell you exactly what to do to get this thing set up. Follow this direction right here and this right here, because I went through the YouTube and it didn't really help me at all. There are going to be a lot of downloads to update this thing, which will take a little bit of while. But the main thing I want to tell you guys, if you do get this drone, when you're pairing it, you're going to turn, it doesn't matter which either one you turn on first, but you're going to need your phone to run this drone. Make sure everything is on before you open the app for the drone. Everything works fine after that. If you have the app open and then you pair everything, for some reason it doesn't pair anything. So just, if you get this drone, remember, follow the instruction manual to how to set it up, because the video is stupid, doesn't work. And when you're hooking up your phone, make sure these two are on before you hook up the phone. Okay? All right. Guys, appreciate it. Thanks for watching. When I get that DJI in, I'll for sure a video on that, and hopefully we get some good shots on it with the bikes, because that's what I want. Enough of this action cam footage because it's really boring. If you've seen my last videos, it's a really boring thing. I rode for over an hour and a half and I could cut it down into less than 5 minutes because a lot of stuff just looks boring in action cam view. That's the reason why I got the drone. I want it to look good. Just because, you know, hobbies, right? This is the hobby channel, right? The DIY Poppy in the Poppy Garage, just doing whatever I want to do because I'm technically retired now. So let's buy drones, let's buy emotos, and let's make some cool videos. Guys, thanks for watching. Bye.